guys, good morning. Mark Angelo here. Happy Friday. Seems a week go this quick. It always seems like it's always Friday. Or getting very quickly there. Anyway, I wanted to touch base on a few things. One of the things I wanted to touch base is on the mentality of people. How they are so quick to judge without fully understanding the whole picture. I've been pretty transparent since the beginning of my transition back in 2003. I've been a presence way before anybody was even talking about transgender issues. All you have to do is follow the trail. Go to this channel way back. All the playlists, the documentaries, TV appearances. I started questioning what I started to see. So all of a sudden, a very rare condition plummeted. Everybody now all of a sudden had gender dysphoria. Started talking about ROGD way back. Started talking about many other things that I got criticized for. Started talking about being trans versus biology. Things that I was still working through within myself. Do I not believe the things that I've said before? Of course I still believe everything that I've said before. Do I want to ponder on it? Do I want to plummet people with it? Do I want to badger it over people's head to hurt them? No. That has been my point as of late. That was the disagreement that I had with a so-called Mars person who can't seem to stop talking about my wife and I. And making stupid videos, which is actually proving my point. I don't believe that everybody actually has a disorder of sexual development, which is the actual true words to be called instead of gender dysphoria, instead of transsexuality, instead of all these other terms. It's a disorder of sexual development, which happens, which creates neurological impairment, which creates the mismatch that we feel within our bodies and who we are inside. It has become a massive thing this day and age because why? The internet. The internet has spread this. So now every person with some sort of problem has so-called gender dysphoria and has all these conditions, right? It's become a thing. The medical system has gotten on board and now there's a pill that fixes your ailment, quote unquote. There has been people throughout history with disorders of sexual development, meaning hormonal bathing doesn't match the chromosome protocol. And we've done shows about this explaining the facts about what is actually biology. Just because you look down below and you see something doesn't mean that that is what your gender identity is and how you feel inside. And gender identity is not just a social construct. It is actually biological. My argument is, and my argument with Mars has always been, dude, don't be putting people down. It'll come back to haunt you. I know. I've been there, done that. He took offense. He took it as if I'm trying to tell him what to do or trying to shut him down or shut him up. No, just giving him friendly advice. I thought we were friends back in the day. And then you get all the haters, because I've got a ton of haters. People that, like, get on my ass because I'm making dinner during the time my wife decides to make a video. Well, I'm making dinner. I'm the bad guy. I'm telling you, there is all sorts of thwarted, messed up people in this world. And frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of your stupidity, of your inability to think. Ignoramus. That's the name I have for all of you that continue to want to crucify me for living my life in public, for trying to understand this dysfunction of sexual development that I was a byproduct of because my mother decided to take DES because my mother was miscarrying and I was the byproduct. And in trying to understand myself, I've taken it upon myself to do research. I started Transition Radio back in 2012, interviewed people from all over the world. But guess what? I was bringing positivity to the community, not negativity. And then when I started to think really deep and I started to analyze, because I'm very analytical, then I started saying the things that I said, well, wait a minute. Is everybody actually trans? What's actually going on? Is the medical community, do they have the best interest for us, or are they just using us? Is this a form of eugenics? What is going on? Lots of questions that I had. And I verbalized it. But I'm not the enemy. Have I made mistakes? Of course. We all have. It's part of the human condition. But I refuse to continue to be crucified for my actions and for the things that I've done, because I've apologized for all the wrong that I've done. But how many people have thanked me for all the good that I've done? Very few. It seems that all people are thinking about is the last 5 years of my life where a lot of these things have taken place. I'm not anti-detransition. As a matter of fact, I said it before anybody ever even said it. It is going to spread like crazy. There's going to be so many detransitioners. Why? Because many people are not basing this on the true issues, which is a developmental sex disorder. In the pathway of development, something went awry for some of us. Not all of us. But because it's become an internet sensation, it's become a fad. And I called it a fad back then. And it's exactly what it has become, because now we're seeing tons of detransitioners. Obviously, I have nothing against detransitioners. I've detransitioned 5 times, battling within myself, trying to figure myself out. It's important to figure yourselves out. It's important to go within whatever detours you have to go through to understand yourself. Do I think that transitioning is for everyone? Absolutely not. Do I think the medicalization of our condition helps fully? Absolutely not. If you think about it, every medical solution that they have, there's side effects. There's things that happen. You name it, whatever, whether it's a pill or a procedure. We have to do the internal work. That is the only way. Spiritually looking within and trying to understand yourself. So, you know, it's like, sometimes I wonder what kind of brain cells people have. People just love to argue. They love to hear themselves speak. I am not the enemy here, folks. I've tried to be a guiding light from the moment that I transitioned, from all the appearances that I've made, from everything I've ever done. And it seems like I'm a day short and $1, or whatever that saying is. You know, it's like I say something, I get vilified, and all of a sudden, oh, it becomes a thing. Not everyone is meant to transition. The solution is not all about altering these meat suits. This is spiritual and very deep. On that note, catch us tonight. We have a show with Lay, I think is her name. She's a detransitioned female who lived as a trans guy, I think for around 5 years or so. I think it's important for people to hear these stories. I think it's important for people to understand this deeper. For the religious right to stop condemning us, because there's no sin in what we're doing. This is biological and spiritual. And you're way behind on understanding it. It's time for you to catch up. Anyway, guys, love you, but remember to always love yourselves too. Bye-bye.